let's see. Let's hope this works. Let's get YouTube up. Underground, overground. Is that it? Underground, overground, underground. Oh, don't know. Right, let's get some history up. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We need to find. Let's get my video up that I wanted to. So, is this the right one? I've got one. Here we go. There we go.
Something that he wouldn't, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna just wait for you guys to join. Right, hi. So now, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it working? Is it working, guys? Elizabeth, is it okay? Am I still freezing? I've got a little coffee. Now, tomorrow the new laptop's coming. Tomorrow the new laptop's coming. So, Elizabeth, can you see me? Am I freezing? So I had to restart it all, but it's all working now. Don't forget, tomorrow the new laptop comes, so everything's back to normal. Right, so is it all working? Can I move around? Teresa, can you see me okay? I want to play this video. Stacy, I'm not breathing, you mean? What? I need more details first, obviously. Okay, so that's a yay. Right, can you shut the door, please? Thank you. Make sure you get the right one, Raw. Alright, okay, guys, let's just get on with it, yeah? Actually, no, I'll wait a couple of minutes so more people can join us. Hi, Linda. Linda, I've told the kids that you sent them some sweets. Now, guys, anyone watching this, I am trying to get some money towards the laptop. So, anyone wants to buy me a coffee, I'm putting it towards the laptop. We need help we need funds for the laptop. So, you know me, guys, I don't normally ask you for money, but I would like some help with the laptop. So, anyone wants to help me with the laptop, get me a coffee, goes towards the laptop. Thanks. So, I See You, Werewolf of London. Yes. I love that film. I love that. The American Werewolf in London. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Blue Moon. Good. You can see me moving. All right. Yeah. Let's do it. Oh, Tony, thank you. Seriously, anyone that wants to help for the laptop, I really appreciate it. Because it was very expensive. Like, stupidly expensive. So we need it. We need it. So the one I bought is great, but it had a problem with the speakers. The speakers were distorting. So I've sent it back. They're sending me another one tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm getting the new laptop. Yay! Okay, let's play. So Elaine, Tony, that's very, very kind of you. That's very, very kind of you. So Elaine has sent me a video. I've never watched it. It's all to do with yeah, thank you. The laptop fund. That's it. So Elaine has been very, very generous. I'm sorry. Elaine. Many of you don't know Elaine. She's been behind the scenes since we started. Really, she sent me this video. I've never watched it. It's all to do with defending Elvis. I think it's to do with Priscilla and Vernon. And let me just get the title of it. It's called Vernon Presley Reveals the Reason Why Elvis Divorced Priscilla Presley. It's a YouTube channel called Rock and Roll History, and people don't like it, but I will single out YouTube channels, and if they are harming Elvis's reputational image, I'm gonna critique their videos. I do get a backlash. When I disagree with YouTube channels, I get a backlash. You and me know it. We fall out with YouTube channels. We've fallen out with 3 YouTube channels over me disagreeing with what they do. But I will disagree with YouTube channels and subscribers and YouTube Elvis fans. Some of them are fake fans. If they are harming Elvis's image, reputation and legacy. Yeah. Now, that is my job. Defending Elvis Presley with Team Elvis, we every day come together to defend Elvis and Lisa and the bloodline. We're going to fall out with some YouTube channels, guys. We're going to fall out with some people that call themselves Elvis fans. Now, we are starting to expose some fake Elvis fans, but generally, the Elvis fans are lovely people. Elvis has the best fans in the world. Elvis has the best fans in the world. Yeah, is it Karen? Karen, thank you, Karen. Karen's just sent me a coffee. Anyone that wants to send me a coffee now, it's all going to go to the laptop. And the laptop's coming tomorrow. Right, okay. Okay, I've just got to quickly do something for my wife. So I'm going to press play on this video. And then we can all watch this together, okay, guys? Alright, so yeah, I've just authorized it. Is it the right one? Are you sure? You need to get the dimensions, yeah?
I've measured that.
Okay, right, let's press play, guys. Let's do this together. Team Elvis, let's do some defending. Defending Elvis.
I lived with him till my wife died in 1958, his mother, which we had been married for 27 years.
What could possibly drive the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, to divorce his stunning wife Priscilla in 1973? While many have speculated...
Now remember, guys, we are reviewing this YouTube channel's video that is called Vernon Presley Reveals the Reason Why Elvis Divorced Priscilla. It's called Rock and Roll History. I don't know if they are Elvis fans. I don't know. We are reviewing it from the point of view of defending Elvis and Lisa Marie and the bloodline. Okay?
The truth remains elusive until now. In a rare final conversation with his father, Vernon Presley, the reason behind Elvis's heartbreaking split from Priscilla is revealed in a way no one could have anticipated. Brace yourself for a shocking truth that has remained hidden in the shadows for decades. Through Vernon Presley's eyes, we get an exclusive glimpse into the tumultuous relationship that defined one of the most famous couples of all time. His perspective sheds new light on the deeply personal struggles that led to their separation.
So guys, please comment as we go through this video. I have not watched this. This is my first time, and I know nothing about this YouTube channel. Who knows if we're going to fall out? It's all depending on if this YouTube channel is spreading lies, twisting the truth, or does this YouTube channel support Elvis and Lisa Marie? We'll see.
An angle we've never heard before. If Elvis were here, he'd say, "Thank you very much for subscribing. Are you a real fan? Let's find out." Elvis.
Oh, I like that. Did you hear what he just said? Are you a real fan? Let's find out. Now, my last 2 or 3 live streams have been discussing what is a real fan. The whole fake fan thing, the whole fake Elvis channels, yeah? It's all been a big topic lately. It's been brought up. We do get a backlash. We do get a reaction. But a true fan will not trash Elvis, in my opinion. A true fan will not support these books. In my opinion, just in my opinion. If you are supporting these books, we've got issues. So, that's going to make a few people not happy with me. But that's how I feel. That is my personal opinion. I don't want to offend anyone. That's how I feel.
Elvis Presley's meteoric rise to fame was nothing short of extraordinary. By the time he was drafted into the Army in 1958, he had already transformed from a small-town boy into an international superstar. The world adored him, and yet amid the flashing lights of fame, a more personal journey was beginning, one that would forever change his life. It was during his military service in Germany that Elvis met a young Priscilla Beaulieu, a beautiful dark-haired 14-year-old with a quiet, mysterious allure that caught the eye of the king. Their age gap, Elvis being 10...
Again, that caught the eye of the king. Now, that isn't straightforward, is it, guys? She was brought to him. If you go by the book Cary Grant, if anyone believes this book, the whole thing was pre-planned. Cary Grant was involved in the plan. The parents may have been involved in the plan. This could have all been a big setup, or it's true that Cary Grant approached her, said, "Do you want to meet Elvis? I know him." All that version's true. Obviously, Priscilla's version, which is also in the film, Sofia Coppola's film Priscilla, which I don't believe a word of, by the way. Remember, I don't believe a word of this book, so we don't really know what's true. Many fans think it was all set up. The whole thing was a setup, and Elvis was taken advantage of, used and abused.
Years older was a topic of concern, but it was their magnetic connection that drew them closer. Despite the fact that Priscilla was still a teenager and Elvis was at the peak of his fame, they began a deep, passionate relationship that defied the odds. For Elvis, it seemed to be more than just a casual fling.
Now, I do agree that with Tony, she was a stunning girl. She was beautiful. He's just said for Elvis, this was more than a casual fling. I don't agree. I don't agree. Elvis was seeing other women in Germany, in Bad Nauheim. Elvis was seeing other women. Yeah, he was still seeing Anita Wood as well. So this man has just said it was more than a casual fling. I don't know if that's true. Elvis briefly met her. We don't really know what happened behind closed doors, do we? We don't know what went on in the bedroom of the house in Bad Nauheim. We don't know what truly went on, do we? We weren't a fly on the wall. We have Priscilla's version of events in a book that I call a fake fairy tale. Let's keep listening.
He became captivated by Priscilla's innocence and beauty. For Priscilla, this was a dream come true. She was in love with the man she had admired from afar, and he had swept her off her feet. In 1960,
guys, she was in love with the man from afar, and he swept her off her feet. What does that mean? They weren't in love, were they? They had briefly met in Germany. Yes, she was stunning for a young girl. It's possible that Elvis did think she was very beautiful. We don't know, do we? We weren't there. But were they in love in Germany in 1959? I don't think so. Now, when Elvis went back to America to pursue his career, you know, making GI Blues, the Frank Sinatra comeback show, making some albums with RCA Victor, was he in love with Priscilla? I don't think so. Did Priscilla then decide to pursue him and keep sending him letters? She was sending him little records, keep writing to him constantly with these pink envelopes, with the hope that Elvis may one day phone her. He does phone her eventually, but they didn't see each other after the brief friendship in Germany for nearly 2 years. Let's keep going, guys.
1963, after much insistence from Elvis, Priscilla moved to Memphis, where their relationship
Right, remember,
flourished.
he's just jumped forward that she moved to Graceland in 1963. She may have visited a few times at the end of 62, but they didn't move in as a couple. She went to stay with Vernon and Dee. Elvis helped with her education. Elvis was seeing other people. The first couple of years of the 60s, he was still with Anita Wood and other people. Elvis was a rock and roll star. He was too young to settle down. Elvis was not ready to get married. So we can't treat Priscilla Bulow as Elvis's girlfriend in 1960, 61, 62, 63, because Elvis lived as a single man. Yeah, he had plenty of girlfriends. So she moved over in the hope that Elvis would calm down, settle down, one day be ready to get engaged or married. But Elvis in the early 60s was not living as a man who was in a relationship. He was living as a single man. Of course, a young, very handsome man with all the women falling at his feet, who had recently become this phenomenon. Let's keep going, guys.
They lived in Graceland, his iconic mansion, where the couple's intimate bond grew deeper. Their life together was a mix of glamour and seclusion, as Elvis's fame kept them largely isolated from the outside world. On May 1st, 1960.
Well, even that, you know, the whole isolated from the outside world, it's not straightforward, guys. Elvis wasn't isolated. He lived his life at night. People say, oh, Elvis lived like a vampire and all that kind of stuff. He lived an upside down life because he would black out his windows, etc. Elvis had to live his life at night. Elvis couldn't go out in the day. So it completely made sense that he surrounded himself with bodyguards and went out at night. hired out fairgrounds, hired out cinemas, hired out roller skating rinks, etc. Elvis had to live at night because anywhere Elvis went during the day, he was mobbed. He was mobbed. He couldn't go out during the day, guys. So Elvis was forced to live at night. This doesn't make him weird. It doesn't make him odd. People try to accuse Elvis of being strange because he lived like a vampire. No. He had no choice. He had no choice. People say about why did he surround himself with the Memphis Mafia, that it was odd. No. Because Elvis was in danger. Elvis needed protecting. He needed a bubble around him to protect him. Elvis was hated by a lot of the men. A lot of men were very jealous of Elvis and hated him because they knew all the women loved him. They also knew they could never be like him. So Elvis needed protection.
In a ceremony that was witnessed by only a handful of close friends and family, Elvis Presley married Priscilla Beaulieu. The wedding was modest.
Again, Elvis Presley married Priscilla Beaulieu. But who knows what went on behind the scenes, guys? Who knows? Was it a setup? Was Elvis blackmailed? Many people say that Elvis was blackmailed into marrying Priscilla because he was scared about Jerry Lewis and what had happened to him. Was Elvis told by Priscilla's father that if you don't marry my daughter, I'm going to expose you to the press and just twist the truth? Now we know Priscilla didn't move in with Elvis until she was nearly 18. Priscilla has always said they did not have sex till the night of the wedding. She said it again and again and again, but this book says something different. This book says different things. Now, Lisa Marie has clearly told us, in her words, in her book, that Elvis was having sex with Priscilla when she was 18. So there is some lying happening here. There are lies being told. Yeah. So, you know, we know, let me just get the book. We know that Lisa Marie, who we want justice for, by the way, because she was, in our opinion, sexually abused by Michael Edwards. We want justice for Lisa Marie. Let's not forget this book. Let's not sweep this book under the carpet. But we know that there's more to it, that Priscilla has been lying for decades. She's been telling us again and again that they slept for the first time on the night of the wedding, that she lost her virginity to Elvis on the night of the wedding. It's a pack of lies. Lisa has said it. They had sex 2 or 3 years before they got married. So that means Priscilla has been lying to us for years, for decades, for as long as 40 to 50 years. So we have to be careful, guys.
By celebrity standards, yet still a celebration of their love. A love that, at the time, seemed to promise eternal happiness. At this point, many...
Well, eternal happiness, but come on, guys. Was Elvis forced into marrying? We've got proof that Elvis did not want to marry Priscilla, was forced into it. I think his cook, I think Marty Lacker said it. Even the secretly recorded phone call with Red West concerning the book Elvis What Happened, that is on YouTube if you want to watch it. Elvis felt railroaded into the marriage. Railroaded. Forced to marry Priscilla. So we don't know if Elvis actually wanted to marry Priscilla.
Thought they were the perfect couple, the epitome of rock and roll royalty. But little did anyone know, the very things that brought them together would eventually pull them apart. Their marriage, however, would prove to be more complicated than they had anticipated. As Elvis's fame skyrocketed, so did the pressures of maintaining a relationship under the constant glare of the public eye. Although,
now remember, this video will lean towards everything being Elvis's fault. That Elvis ruined the marriage because he was going away making the movies, because he had other girlfriends. But how many people know that Priscilla Presley, 3 months after the birth of Lisa Marie, was secretly having an affair with her dance instructor, Steve Peck? He also owned a dance studio. How many people know this? Lisa Marie was still in nappies. So everyone blames Elvis. No one blames Priscilla. Priscilla is the victim that did nothing wrong, which is so far from the truth. We all know that eventually she goes on to have a secret 1-year-long affair around 1971 with Mike Stone, the karate champion. So there's more to it than this perfect marriage, this perfect fairy tale. There's more to it than blaming Elvis.
Though their bond had started out as a whirlwind romance, fame and all the complexities that came with it was starting to take its toll on the marriage. Even as they continued to enjoy lavish holidays and glamorous parties, the cracks in their relationship...
Right, so he says they continued to enjoy glamorous parties, etc. No. Elvis had caught Priscilla being unfaithful with Steve Peck months after Lisa Marie was born. A year after the marriage, Priscilla is being unfaithful. She has admitted it on this book, page 262. Page 262. Let's get it. I'm not going to read it all, but she describes, whilst living with her husband Elvis, whilst Lisa Marie was a baby in nappies, whilst Elvis also was away making his movies, I had a brief affair and ended it. I had a brief affair and ended it. With Steve Peck, she admits it. She goes into detail how much she couldn't stop thinking about Steve Peck. Day and night, even though she was living with Elvis in a beautiful new home that they had together, and he was holding her daughter. Elvis was with her, holding Lisa Marie, and all Priscilla could think about was Steve Peck, this older man that she'd fallen in love with, who was just a dance instructor. She had betrayed her husband a year after the wedding. She had betrayed her daughter months after she was born. Come on, guys. Does the world know this? Does the world know this? Does the world know about this? Why is she the victim? Why are there so many Priscilla fans that are convinced that Priscilla did nothing wrong and everything was Elvis's fault? That Priscilla was a victim of Elvis? It's so unfair. This is why we defend Elvis Presley every day.
Were beginning to show. It was only a matter of time before those cracks would deepen into an irreparable split. Despite the outward appearance of a glamorous fairy tale romance, the pressures that came with Elvis Presley's fame slowly eroded the foundation of his marriage to Priscilla. Behind the curtains of Graceland, the reality of their life together was far from idyllic. One of the first major strains on the marriage was Elvis's infidelity. From the very beginning, the king of rock...
Just 1 second, guys. Joanne's messaging me. She wants to know how to get on the chat. Joanne, you go onto the Facebook page, Defending Elvis Presley, and join that, and then click join on the chat button. There's a chat button. I'm just writing it here. So Joanne, if you're listening, click on the chat button. Okay, right. Right, so I just wanted Joanne to know, because Joanne, come on. You sent me this lovely medal. Joanne sent me. Most dramatic YouTube channel. Defending Elvis Presley. So of course I'm going to help Joanne get on our chat, on our 24-hour chat on Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. Right, let's listen to a bit more of this.
Behind the curtains of Graceland, the reality of their life together was far from idyllic. One of the first major strains on the marriage was Elvis's infidelity. From the very beginning, the king of rock and roll's charisma...
Guys, did you hear that? Well, let's listen to the exact wording of that again. One of the most important...
of his marriage to Priscilla. Behind the curtains of Graceland, the reality of their life together was far from idyllic. One of the first major strains on the marriage was Elvis's infidelity. From the very beginning...
Oh, that is ridiculous. We know, I've just read it to you. We know that Priscilla was unfaithful 3 months after Lisa Marie was born. Come on, let's read another little section of it. Remember, she has admitted it. She wasn't just unfaithful once. She was unfaithful more than once. I began to relax, enjoying myself almost against my will. It had been a while since I'd spent some time with a man who validated my abilities and appreciated spending time with me alone. She's talking about Steve Peck, the dance instructor. It was also the first time I was not competing for my own identity. I don't know what that means. This was a high I had not experienced recently. I think she's talking about sex, guys. This was a high I had not experienced recently. I had a brief affair and decided to end it. I was obsessed with him. Taking all my frustrations and feelings into the studio, I found myself thinking about Mark even when I was at home. I found myself thinking about Mark even when I was at home. With Elvis, with Lisa Marie. Priscilla, you admitted it. Let's keep going. So remember, the narrative here is that Elvis was the one that was being unfaithful. Now let's get it clear. I believe through the engagement in 1966, December, up to the marriage, 1st of May 1967, and through the marriage, through the pregnancy, until around March 1968 when Elvis catches Priscilla being unfaithful. I'm not exactly sure how he caught her. You tell me, put it in the comments, guys. I believe Elvis was truly faithful and did try to be a good husband, a good father, once they got engaged, not before. Through the 60s, Elvis had loads of girlfriends, co-star girlfriends, etc. Anne Margaret, Anita Wood, many other people. But once they got engaged, Elvis committed himself and he was going to try and do the right thing through the marriage, even though he'd been pressured into marrying her. He didn't really want to get married. He wasn't ready to get married. But through that period, even through the pregnancy, now remember, Priscilla lied. She was not a virgin when they had sex on the night of the wedding. A massive lie that she's been telling for 40 years. Elvis tried to do the right thing. So they blame Elvis for the infidelity. But then what happens? Now on this video, this is just one of many, they blame Elvis for the infidelity. Now yes, after Elvis caught Priscilla being unfaithful with Steve Peck, when poor Lisa Marie was only 3 months old, yes, he went back to his old ways. He was seeing Susan Henning. You see it on the 68 comeback special. She was in Live a Little, Love a Little and all that. Yes, Elvis went back to his own ways. Elvis did not want to sleep with a woman that had had sex with another man. Elvis didn't want to touch Priscilla because she had been with Steve Peck. But he didn't want a public divorce. So he kept the marriage together. He didn't believe in the breaking up of a marriage. He wanted husband, wife, daughter. He was a religious man, a good Christian man. He had a great upbringing in Mississippi Tupelo. His parents did a great job bringing him up. He didn't want to break up the marriage. So he tried to keep things going through 1968, 69, 1970. But Priscilla, in my opinion, had another plan. And when she gets sight of Mike Stone, the karate champion, she goes after him with a plan. I'm going to get Mike Stone, the karate champion. I'm going to leave Elvis. I'm going to demand a divorce. She spends a year secretly seeing Mike Stone, making her cunning plan to one day walk out on Elvis and demand a divorce. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes.
The king of rock and roll's charismatic nature and intense fame attracted many admirers, especially women. In the early years of their marriage, Priscilla tried to be understanding. She knew that Elvis was constantly surrounded by fans and...
Priscilla tried to be understanding. Why doesn't this video clip say, oh, by the way, she shagged the dance instructor and she shagged Mike Stone? I'm sure that it will go on to say it, but it'll blame Elvis. The truth is, Priscilla fancied other men. She had the hots for other men. She wanted to shag other men. She wanted money. She wanted spotlight. She wanted fame. She wanted to be Elvis.
And other women who threw themselves at him. She also knew that Elvis had never been particularly good at being faithful, even before their marriage. But she had hoped that once they were together, things would settle down and their relationship would become more secure. However, as Elvis's fame continued to grow, so did his attraction to others.
Do you see all this bullshit? As Elvis's fame continued to grow. What is that? Elvis peaked around 1960, didn't he? Come on. in 56, 57, Elvis was like bigger than ever. You couldn't even imagine. Then he got into his movie years. The first 2, 3, 4 years of his movie career was amazing. Like, wow, yeah? Every movie, a massive box office hit, yeah? But then as we get nearer to the mid-60s, I mean this with respect, his career waned off. Then he does the 68 comeback special, which is amazing under the circumstances. He had just caught his wife being unfaithful. She even took Steve Peck to one of the rehearsals of the 68 comeback special. Then Elvis was back. 69, he does a Vegas comeback. He's back again, massive fame. So let's keep going.
Other women. Priscilla, while she never made her frustrations public, became deeply aware of Elvis's affairs. She tried to remain loyal.
But what about Priscilla's affairs? He's just about to say now she tried to remain loyal. She tried to remain loyal, and I've just told you about 2 very, very well-known affairs.
Loyal not only to him, but to the family they were building together, including their daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, who was born in 1968.
And 3 months after she was born, Priscilla was unfaithful. Please say it.
Despite her efforts, the emotional distance between them began to grow. Priscilla's own emotional needs went unmet for long stretches of time. While Elvis...
This is bullshit. Priscilla's own emotional needs were... Her emotional needs were being fed by shagging the dance instructor. Priscilla led a busy life. When Elvis was away making these 2, 3 movies a year, Priscilla was having a right good time. She was no prisoner. She tries to proclaim herself as a prisoner in Graceland. It's just bullshit. The public fall for it. Why do the public fall for this? Why have the public been brainwashed and tricked into believing everything in this book? This book was 1985. She's redone the book in the film, in Sofia Coppola's film, Priscilla, and she's saying the same story. The Priscilla film is based on this book. The public are still falling for it. Why are the public so gullible?
Elvis was off touring or working on his movie projects, Priscilla found herself increasingly lonely. The weight of his constant infidelities, coupled with his obsession with his career and social life, left her feeling isolated. In the early 1970s...
Left her feeling isolated. Oh, that is so funny. Isolated, having 4 or 5 lessons, karate lessons with Mike Stone. She was driving 45 minutes 4 to 5 times a week to shag Mike Stone, the karate instructor. And she had her own car, her own life. She was a busy lady. She could have anyone visited she wanted to. Friends, family, whoever. Her brother, you name it, her sister, they were all visiting. But they call her isolated. Isolated, what is that?
70s, Priscilla found herself drawn into an affair with Mike Stone,
Oh, Priscilla found herself drawn into an affair with Mike Stone. Come on, guys. Have any of you seen the Mike Stone interviews? Go and watch them. There's 3 very good Mike Stone interviews. And they say that he was at an event. It could have been a tournament. And she spotted him and she went after him. She chatted him up. He clearly admits it. Go and watch the interview, guys. It's on YouTube. It's recent. These interviews are in the last 3 years. He clearly says she chatted him up. She had a game plan. She knew she was going to divorce Elvis. She had made up her mind. Mike Stone was her way away from Elvis. So no, she was not drawn into the affair. She pursued it massively, vigorously.
Karate instructor who worked closely with Elvis. The affair, while brief, was significant in its impact on the marriage.
Oh my God. Did you hear that? The affair, while brief, she was secretly seeing him for a year. Please put in the comments how she was caught. I'd like you guys to tell me how she was caught, yeah? But then she lived with him for another 3 years. She dragged Lisa Marie Presley away from her father to live with a complete stranger, Mike Stone, the karate instructor. This was not a brief affair. This was a very serious relationship that lasted over 4 years. Let's keep going. whoever made this video, I'm sorry, you really need to do some proper research and get your facts right. Get your facts right.
It marked a pivotal turning point that irrevocably changed the dynamics between the couple. Priscilla's affair was not just a response to the emotional neglect she felt, it was...
Oh my God, emotional neglect. She's getting shagged by the dance instructor and the karate champion. Where is the emotional neglect? Come on.
The breaking point. When Elvis found out about Priscilla's affair, his reaction was a mixture of disbelief and anger. At first,
when Elvis found out about her affair, a mixture of disbelief and anger. I actually think when he found out about Mike Stone, there was no disbelief because she had already done it with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, a few months after Lisa was born. He wasn't surprised, but was he angry? Yes. Because by the time we get to Mike Stone, the karate champion, Elvis immersed his life in the karate world. He really admired people like Mike Stone. He even told people that Mike Stone was a badass. You get what I'm saying, guys? She picked the worst person she could possibly pick. A massive karate champion who was very famous in the karate world. This was humiliating for Elvis and very, very embarrassing for him. Yeah, he flew off the handle. It's very well described in this book that Elvis did blow his top, but I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Any man in those circumstances. Remember, Elvis's marriage was very public. The birth of Lisa Marie, very public. The whole world watched Elvis get married, and now the whole world were going to watch Priscilla Presley parade herself with Mike Stone and Lisa Marie going shopping and out and about, even kissing in public. So yeah, Elvis was gutted and humiliated. The whole world was talking about Elvis and the fact that Priscilla had left him for the karate champion Mike Stone and taken Lisa Marie Presley with her. Could you even imagine how Elvis felt, how gutted he was?
First, he seemed to be more hurt than enraged. The shock of her betrayal was a blow that forced him to confront the deeper issues within their marriage, issues that had been bubbling under the surface for years. Elvis, despite all his fame and accomplishments, seemed to struggle with how to process his feelings of abandonment and betrayal.
But who wouldn't, guys? Who wouldn't? Right, we've only got about 12 minutes left, guys. We're going to definitely be coming back with a part 2, okay? But who wouldn't? Who wouldn't struggle after your so-called beautiful wife is shagging different people?
In a way, come to expect that the women around him would fall into his orbit, but when it was Priscilla, his wife, it felt like the ultimate act of rejection. In the aftermath of Priscilla's affair, Elvis found himself torn between love and hurt. He seemed to retreat into it.
How about this? He was torn between the fact that the mother of Lisa Marie, the most important thing in his life, had taken her away from him and was parading herself in public with a different man, forcing Lisa Marie to live with a stranger.
Himself, withdrawing from the world, including Priscilla. This marked the beginning of their physical separation. Though they continued to live under the same roof, the emotional distance between them became painfully apparent.
Do you know what? On just this little section, the emotional difference between them became painfully obvious. Well, that's not what Priscilla says. Priscilla says they remained very close, that Lisa Marie didn't know that they had separated. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. They were arguing over money to the day he died. They were arguing over Lisa Marie to the day he died. Elvis kept on a brave face and tried to be respectful and tried to do the right thing by Priscilla and Lisa just to keep things right. All right, I've got 12 minutes left and I'm done. I'm leaving at 6 o'clock.
10 minutes.
10 minutes left. The wife has told me 10 minutes. So, do you understand where I'm going with this, guys?
The marriage, once filled with passion and connection, now felt like a fragile shell of what it had been. Both Elvis and Priscilla knew that the marriage was slipping away, and neither seemed able to stop it. Despite...
Well, yeah, Elvis knew the marriage was slipping away because he caught her shagging other people.
The couple tried to maintain a semblance of normalcy for the sake...
No. The couple did, Elvis did try and do the semblance of normalcy for the sake of Lisa Marie. But then she shags again. She shags Mike Stone again. Elvis tried to do the right thing. He didn't believe in a breakup of a marriage. And she does it all again.
sake of their daughter, Lisa Marie. Elvis, despite his emotional turmoil, continued to support his family financially and remained involved in Lisa Marie's life. However,
Come on, we know that Elvis absolutely adored. The most important thing that ever happened to Elvis was Lisa Marie Presley. Nothing matched up to his love for his beautiful daughter. Nothing. The next thing after Lisa Marie was Gladys. But Lisa Marie was the world to Elvis. That's why he left everything to Lisa Marie. He didn't want Priscilla in the divorce in any way. I mean, sorry, in his will. In Elvis's will, he left nothing to Priscilla. Nothing. Because she had had enough. She completely ripped him off with 2 divorce settlements.
cracks in their relationship were now undeniable. A permanent separation seemed inevitable. Vernon Presley, Elvis's father, was one of the few people who had a clear and candid view of his son's personal struggles. For years, he had watched his son's meteoric rise to fame, and as Elvis's career flourished, so did the weight of the challenges he faced in his personal life. In their final conversations before his death, Vernon revealed his own perspective on why Elvis's marriage to Priscilla ultimately ended. According to Vernon, the root cause of the divorce wasn't just infidelity or Priscilla's affair. The real issue, he believed, was Elvis's inability to fully embrace the concept of commitment, both in his marriage and in his life.
Where do they get this information from? Where do they get this information from? They split up because she ran off with Mike Stone and demanded a divorce. That's why they didn't last.
And pointed to Elvis's restless nature, his constant yearning for excitement, novelty, and the thrill of the spotlight. This need for constant stimulation, he argued, was at odds with the stability that marriage required. Elvis, despite his deep love for Priscilla, was not someone who could easily settle into the routine of family life. His fame and the accompanying pressures created an environment where domestic life felt stifling to him. Elvis was always seeking something more, something bigger, Vernon said. The fame, the power, the attention, it was like a drug for him. He didn't...
This is such bullshit. What is this crap? Vernon said this. Vernon said that. Vernon said this. Hello? Vernon didn't say any of those things. This is bullshit. To the YouTube channel, I'm going to call you out now. Rock and Roll History. I'm going to send this link to you so you actually know just how much bullshit you are spieling. This is crap. Do some proper research. As do you know what? As some of my haters will say, read some more books. Read 100 books. Just understand the truth. I don't know who you are. Please, this is wrong. Delete it. Delete it. We've been down the delete the video road, haven't we, guys? This is such garbage. This is damaging Elvis's image and reputation. This is terrible.
Know how to stop, how to just be. Vernon noted that Elvis's celebrity status played a significant role in the emotional turmoil he faced. The constant media attention, the screaming fans, and the endless demands of his career created an unrelenting cycle that left little room for introspection or peace. The public image of Elvis, the rock star who had it all, masked the deep loneliness he often felt behind the scenes. Vernon also pointed out that Elvis struggled with the pressures of being an idol to millions, but only
Of course he did. Of course, Elvis was under a lot of pressure, and he became very unwell. He became very sick.
feeling truly understood by a select few. Vernon further speculated that Elvis's dependence on prescription drugs, which had begun to escalate.
Where is this man getting all this? Vernon said this, Vernon said that. This is a complete lie. All of this is bullshit. Now, yes, Elvis became very sick. Yes, Elvis needed a lot of prescribed medication. He abused his medication. I accept that. Yes, Elvis had the worst case of insomnia, horrible constipation. His whole body was letting him down. This is in his late 30s. Heart problems, lung problems, breathing problems, high blood pressure, high blood sugars. Elvis had it all. Everything was falling apart for Elvis within his health, which is why he needed so much prescribed medication. Okay, so all this crap that this video is obviously artificial intelligence video that is referring that Vernon said this, Vernon said that. It's bullshit, guys.
escalate in the early 1970s was exacerbating the issues within his marriage. The drugs which Elvis used to cope with the demands of his lifestyle and his emotional pain only served.
Oh my God. So Elvis now took drugs to cope with his emotional lifestyle. Anything to do with the fact he was very sick? He had serious chronic medical problems. Anything to do with that, guys?
Served to deepen his sense of isolation and make him less present with Priscilla. At times, Vernon believed that Elvis's drug use distorted his perception of reality, making...
What? Where is this YouTube channel getting its information from? I really say to you, the maker of this video, because I'm going to post this onto your comments. I really hope you watch my review of your ridiculous video, but please tell me where you've sourced all this information where Vernon, Elvis's father, had said all these things. I really want to hear it. I want to see your sources, please. Because if you're going to put out videos like this that trash Elvis's image and reputation and legacy, that support Priscilla, because this is a Priscilla support video, it's clearly obvious you are a Priscilla fan. Because the whole of this video, we've played, what have we played? 19 minutes of it? No, we've only played 9 minutes of this video, and you are supporting Priscilla all the way through it with a pack of lies. A pack of lies. Now, guys who are watching this review, please put it in your comments now. What do you think about the words so far in this video that I've played you? We're only halfway through, guys. This is part 1. We're going to come back and do a part 2.
Making it harder for him to understand the full impact of his actions on those closest to him. From Vernon's perspective, the marriage between Elvis and Priscilla had been doomed from the start due to the...
What? From Vernon's perspective, the marriage was doomed from the start. What are you talking about? Where have you got this information? Please let us know.
These fundamental differences. He understood that Elvis loved Priscilla, but he also saw the internal conflict within his son. Elvis's emotional needs were never fully met by anyone, including Priscilla, and this...
Well, I agree with that, because Priscilla never fulfilled Elvis.
Left both of them feeling hollow in different ways. Ultimately, Vernon saw the divorce as an inevitable outcome of...
Vernon saw the divorce as an inevitable outcome of a union that had been shaped by forces far beyond their control and fame and addiction. Right, guys, I've only got 2 minutes left. Otherwise, the wife's going to beat me. I've got to walk the dogs. She's going to get some food delivered to our house. We're having doner kebab, suvlaga. We are definitely coming back for a part 2. I don't think it'll be tonight. We are 100% going to review some more videos on this YouTube channel. So there's still another 9 minutes left, and there are other videos, guys. So rock and roll history, you need to sort your act out, my mate. I don't know who you are. You need to sort it out. Let's have a look at the channel. Rock and roll history. So we've got Priscilla Presley's shocking attempt to claim Graceland. We've got Riley Q, who made shocking admission of her grandfather. There's many other videos here, guys. Did Elvis die of a drug overdose? The shocking truth of Elvis Presley's funeral. We're going to be doing a lot of reviewing, guys. Let me just click on videos. Let's just see how many. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got a lot of videos here. Oh no. Look at all this. That's a lot of videos to review, my friend. And bit by bit, we're going to go through some of these. So you need to do your research properly and get the facts out there right. You need to defend Elvis a bit. This is so unfair to Elvis. Your whole channel is so unfair to Elvis. Does anyone agree with me that this guy has got it in for Elvis? Now, if you look, he's called the channel Rock and Roll History. So that tells me he's a Priscilla fan, yeah? He must be a Priscilla fan. Guys, do you think this person is a Priscilla fan? Now, let's see how many subscribers he's got. 1,420, so quite a small channel. Let's see the description. Welcome backstage. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, dive into the life, music, the legacy of the man who revolutionized rock and roll forever. From his unforgettable performances to his chart-topping persona that shaped the incredible career. This is the ultimate hub for an Elvis fan. Oh my God. This person calls himself an Elvis fan. What the hell is going on? How can this person be called an Elvis fan? Please put it in the comments. Do any of you think this person is an Elvis fan? Do any of you think for a second? Please put it in the comments now. Does anyone here think this person is an Elvis fan? Please put it in the comments now, guys, because I'm going now. Whew. It looks like we're going to fall out with another YouTube channel. Now, guys, come on. If someone is making one video after video after video after video trashing Elvis, we got a problem. We got a problem. This is going to keep me busy for a month. Whoa. Oh, my God. And this is the problem we've had, guys. People proclaiming themselves as Elvis channels, Elvis fans, trashing Elvis. We've recently fallen out with a channel for posting a disgusting video about Elvis. What is going on? We've recently fallen out with a YouTuber that was trashing Elvis, that calls himself an Elvis fan. This is the problem, guys. This is why I bring up the dark side, the light side, the Star Wars. Is the Force with you? Are you on the dark side? If you're on the dark side, you've been converted against Elvis. You are trashing Elvis. If you're on the light side, you are supporting Elvis. This guy is clearly on the dark side. There's no way this person can be an Elvis fan. But you read the description of his channel and he proclaims himself as an Elvis fan. This is disgusting. So I'm going to comment on that video, then we're going to go. Now remember, it's very hard for me to be polite and friendly and respectful when these channels trash Elvis in the way that they do. So I'm going to go onto the channel. Let's see if it comes up. I'm going to go onto the channel and I'm going to just say, make a comment.
An insatiable longing.
Now I'll get a backlash. I'll get some hate. People saying to me, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. I've already said it. I'm reviewing some of your videos. I've already said it, yeah? People will come at me and say, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. It's none of your business. No, I won't stay in my lane. My job, I am called Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. I defend Elvis, Lisa Marie and the Bloodline with Team Elvis. We are a small army. We are a movement that come together. We are also friends. We're a small family that are growing, that defend Elvis every day. And I'm telling you now, you are a target of my defending. This channel. And once we finished here, we will move on to another channel. This is disgusting. Shame on you. Shame on you. You call yourself an Elvis fan. This is disgusting. Please do proper research. Please get your facts right. Please understand the truth. Stop supporting Priscilla. Are you a Priscilla fan? Are you a Priscilla fan? Because that's how it comes across. This is horrific. Horrific. Poor Elvis. Elvis cannot defend himself. Elvis cannot defend himself. Oh, Nancy's on. Nancy! I love you. Nancy. Nancy, you're going to really enjoy this. Nancy. But I do have to go because I'm in trouble with my wife. I've got to walk the dogs. So I have to go. I want to do a part 2. I might do it tonight. Maybe. Maybe. I love you all, guys. Thank you for joining me. We've had nearly 40 people join us. So, wow. Yeah, I'm going to have a nice kebab shuri. So thanks, guys. I'm going to have to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you, everyone. I will be reading all your comments. I will be reading through all the comments. Now, tomorrow I get my laptop back. So we should have much better quality videos. Tomorrow I get the new laptop. So anyone that wants to buy me a coffee to help pay for the laptop, I do appreciate it. Please send me a coffee, guys, for the laptop. It would mean everything to me. But guys, Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I want to thank Elaine. Elaine, thank you for sending me this video. YouTube channels that are trashing Elvis. Elvis YouTube channels that are trashing Elvis. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. We are going to help Elvis clear his name, his imitation, his reputation. We are going to clear the fog. We're going to blow the smoke away and let people see the true Elvis. Not this warped, twisted pack of lies, which is what this video is. Okay, guys, we're out of here. Gotta go. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Love you all. Bye, Nancy. Nancy, you know I love you. Looks like we're going to be busy, guys. Take care. Love you all.